Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Yeah, similar to Bitcoin, we are watching if Ethereum produces another low. You can see that here on the 4-hour chart that we assume the move into July's high was just a B wave after an A wave bottomed on the 15th of June, then a B wave high, and we're now coming down in a C wave in a 5-wave move, which should produce one more low because so far we have 3 waves completed. 5 waves down would be expected based on more traditional Elliott wave analysis. Now, we who analyze cryptos every day, we know that oftentimes cryptos produce so-called WXY structures, where after the 3rd wave down, the low is in. You never know that until you see an impulsive reversal into the other direction, which means to the upside. So all I can do is point it out when I see the possibility for it or the high probability for it, and then leave it with you. So you can take you can make your own decisions based on that information. But it's just to say that don't be surprised if ETH as well as Bitcoin suddenly turn around and rally in a 3rd wave, because the move down is understood as a wave 2. So the 3rd wave should be very aggressive. It's just that we cannot really say that, and we don't know that until we have a bottoming structure in place, which means we need to see 5 waves up and 3 waves down. And the 5 waves up need to be ideally above resistance. Now, so you should now understand that we're waiting for one more low, or at least we're watching if one more low occurs. If that happens, it should take price to 1530 or 1450. At least they are the next Fibonacci support levels. Now, if we zoom in, as I just said, we completed a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. We are probably now in this 4th wave. It is 4th wave behavior which is happening. If one of the two, Bitcoin and Ethereum, bottomed already, and I had to make a decision which one it is, I would say ETH. ETH looks a little bit more bullish short term because it rallied much more aggressively into resistance. Bitcoin hasn't even reached the 38.2 Fibonacci resistance level or retracement level, which is an ideal target for a 4th wave. Yeah, Bitcoin is still down there somewhere. So Ethereum is much more, aggressive. And it creates something which looks much more like a potential impulse. Now, our expectation is that this impulse is just part of a larger ABC flat structure. Flat structures are what wave 4s like to do. So it's nice to have actually an ideal wave 4, an A wave up, a B wave down, which retraces quite a lot, more than the 78.6 retracement level. And then the C wave up is in an ideal world, it's an impulse. And it seems to be impulsive. To really be an impulse, it needs one more wave up. Of course, it can always fail earlier. Bear in mind, we're dealing with a correction here. But to really give us a clue that this is a flat structure, it would need to break higher and make one more high. What happens if it doesn't do that? Well, if it doesn't do that, it might form a triangle. Something like that. It would be a huge triangle, but we have an A wave up, 3 waves on the lower time frame, 3 waves down, 3 waves up. It could then make a higher low and a lower high. So to really form an impulse and give us 5 waves up so we can complete that flat structure in this particular base case or scenario that would lead to another low eventually, okay, ETH would need to hold 1665 or 1660, basically yesterday's low. 1660. If 1660 can hold, then we can say it has a chance to rally once more in a 5th wave. This is basically the pivot point between a healthy 5-wave move, which would be part of the C wave of the wave 4, or a potential triangle. Bear in mind, if you watch the Bitcoin video, in the Bitcoin video I talked about a potential triangle forming. That could be the case on the ETH chart as well. Why triangle? Triangles always happen when you have 3-3-3 structures, because then the next move down could be just a higher low in a 3-wave move, and a higher low a lower high and the next move down could be a higher low, and the move up could be a lower high. So to form 5 waves, basically like a contracting triangle, that is possible because the move up so far only consists of 3 waves, as you can see. It hasn't got 5. So if we get 5, then at least we can have heightened awareness that the breakdown might occur from round about 1720, maybe a little higher. It might overshoot a little bit. If, however, it doesn't form 5 waves up, then it gives us an indication that it might continue with its sideways price action for a little while, in that it's forming a higher low and a lower high. I hope that makes sense. That's how the Elliott waves can give us clues. So if we form 5 waves up, then, okay, depending on how high it goes, it should be the completion of the flat structure, which should then break down. It could be something more bullish because we have 5 waves up, but I would still need the 3 wave move down afterwards. But if we only have 3 waves up after a 3 wave down move, it could just be a triangle. And triangles are 5 wave moves, as I just showed you. A, B, C, D, E. The wave 4 would then sit here at the end of the triangle and price would then break down. So it's really important to avoid the development of a triangle. I mean, a triangle is not a problem. It would just take more time in this correction, maybe over the weekend again. But to avoid a triangle, price needs to hold 1660 and break above yesterday's high at $1,700. Until then, a triangle is very much possible. Also because Bitcoin is showing us the potential for a triangle. Take a look at the Bitcoin video to get further clarity. Okay, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.